This will be my first video of 4elections tutorial. I will create a new sample, but I may need the images. Okay. So we have basically 4elections is designed to work for shareholder meetings, AGMs, and these sort of applications meetings. We have different versions of 4elections, which are all come with the same installer. We have it for the Plus, we have it for the Engage, and we have it for the Interact. I will use the Interact version here because that's what I have as a demo kit. And 4elections is pretty simple. This is part 1. Part 1 is all about how to set up a session, how to load candidates and members, how to generate these lists, and what else we can do with 4elections. Part 2 will then be the actual show, the event, to display how it works and what the audience see. I will first start 4elections. You see it's an empty map. The only thing that will happen now is I will automatically connect the base station. This is an automatic process in 4elections. When you start 4elections, it will always load the last file that you've used. In this case, it's empty because I didn't use any files. I will start with these last two tabs. One is the base station itself. Here you can set up your number of keypads. You can check the channel on the base station. You can connect multiple base stations. In my case, for the Interact, it would be 8 base stations that I can use. On the options, you can set up the generic options. So, for example, you save the file periodically, you will be asked to exit the program. Then for the Engage and for the Plus, you can set up some feedback back to the keypad, like display the vote status where it says vote now and these sort of things. You can have this. You use the send or the OK key to send a yes, no, abstain vote, or an opinion poll. This is also available for the Interact, which I will use. Use the send key for elections is always the case, except if you have just, let's say, 9 candidates, and you can also check this box, which I will do because it's also available on the Interact. Backlight is only for Engage and Plus. You can disable the power key on both. You can power down all keypads if you disconnect the base station, which we don't need yet. And require authorization is a new feature in 4elections, which means you can set up a file with the serial numbers of keypads that are allowed to vote. This is only available for Plus and Engage. So it will verify every vote by the serial number that is stored for each keypad. We have a separate vote for that, which we generally don't need because nobody else will bring his own keypad to an event. We have an election mode. Here we have the options to show non-admitted candidates, show elected candidates, use a background color for them to display them easier. That's all displays for the actual show. This is a special German calculation way. We can say we need to disclose candidates individual, or we can do it automatic, which we will go through later. Allow abstaining means you can abstain from the election and show the individual votes. For the presentation screen, we have some setups. I will use a counter. I will use a background image, which means I need to save my file first. I will create a new folder and call it 4elections tutorial. In that folder I will do sample. So this is now saved. I can load a background image. I can use a blank screen image, which is if you don't show a voting or a specific topic, you can do this and show a blank screen like a holding page or whatever. So then I will show my results in a bar graph, but I will not show my control buttons or mouse movement. This is only needed if you work on a single screen, if you clone your desktop, and I will show the participant count. Then on the reports we have two different options, which is report individual voting behavior. So for each vote you get the individual results, who has voted what as well. And log all votes received together with the keypad serial number. This is just in the log files, this is not a report. Well, we may do that as well. This will slow down the system a bit, but not dramatic. So as the next step I will go to my main agenda point, which is, I will start with the members. The members is my list of keypads that are registered. I have already prepared a list, which I can open in Excel as a CSV file. My Excel is a bit slow today. It doesn't like me. So I need to open it manually. That's no problem. I have to go to all files here to see my... So this is my members list. And here you already see you can customize the first three columns. In my case it's member number, last name and first name. You can pre-assign a keypad as well here. You can pre-assign an attending, and you can define chairs. Yeah. Whether you call it chairs or you can call it weight, this doesn't matter. You can also use, I don't know, square meters or number of years with the company. So that's basically a demographic that we can use as chairs. If you put a .2 behind, for example, this means you can set up decimals here. For example, like this. Yeah, so I will use this, and I can have two decimals, and it will be also calculated as two decimals. If I know already who gets which keypad, I can just pre-assign it here, but I can also do that later. So I will save my list. It will ask me whether I want to use CSV file, and I say yes. And then I can, if that list is already empty, I can load a new list. Otherwise I have to delete the list and then I can import new members. Because what happens here is it will automatically change the first three columns to whatever I have set up. And then that's my weighting, and you see I got two decimals here. Now it appears that in my case I have only 8 candidates, so I could just check them here. Yeah, and assign the keypads here. Members, not... But sometimes you have the case that you want to register them, you have registration tests. In this case we have an extra application which is called registration panel. This registration panel you can connect to your PC over the network. So the main PC is the application, is a PC where 4elections is running on. All other PCs don't need a license, they can just set up one of these registration desks, And what I can do here, at the moment you see on this PC it's localhost because it's the same PC, and I can connect my members list, and one is listed as above. I have set up the same on my other PC here that I have in the room, and connected it over TCP/IP, and I could put in there something like 544.984 in the members number, and I only see that keypad here, and then I could just click on it, and here on the bottom register a keypad. Let's say that's keypad 2, number 7. I made it a bit too small, and just register it. Yeah. And I can also check it, say she's attending, and you see in my application it does the same. I will do the same now on the other PC, so I will just get Harriet Lamp. So if you look on that members list there, I get Harriet Lamp to... No, I got Lena Holland, and I will assign her keypad 3 channel 7. This can also be pre-assigned for in the members tab, so then I don't have to do it. I just check the attending box and press OK, and you see in my application it will automatically update. Yeah. So that's working over TCP/IP. You can have as many registration desks as you want, and the list here can be as long as you want. So if you have 2,000 candidates, then it's 2,000 candidates. You can have multiple weightings, like the weight and the shares and something else. So I will check this one as well. Give them keypad number 4, keypad 7, and then I give this one keypad number 5, channel 7. So you see I have empty spaces here as well, which means they are not there, they are not registered, they are not attending to the meeting, but they are important if I, this depends on your calculation, how your company calculates 100%. This we will go through later. What I will do next, because I don't have to do it, but I will do it now to show the registration process. I can unregister all members, or I can register all members. I can do that. I will register all members, even so they don't have a keypad. And what I will do next, because I didn't assign it, that's why this one doesn't, this only works if this checks everybody who has a keypad, but I can also do it manually. So, but the important thing comes now, which is my agenda. My first topic will be topic 1, so you give it a unique name, or a short name, and then in the description I will make a registration with keypads. And I will call it in registration mode. The registration mode is there to do exactly what I did manually. I can do it automatically, and I can get the users to do it. So in this case I will just start here, registration. Registration is not revisable, I cannot change anything, and it's here at the moment it says 100% is casted votes, but as soon as I confirm it, it will say all votes. It says everybody who is in that list, yeah, has to press a button. If he doesn't have a keypad assigned, he cannot press anything. But let's say this one is keypad number 6, channel 7, and this one is keypad 7. Let's say I have registered all, I pre-assigned everybody a keypad, and I expect everybody to be there. With the registration mode I can verify that, and I can uncheck people who are not attending or not pressing a button. This we will do later in the part 2 of this video. At this video I will just continue creating my complete agenda. So let's say topic 2 is a yes and abstain mode. Do you agree with the new company's policy? And here I have a yes and abstain vote. Minimum and maximum doesn't apply here because you can just vote 1 out of 1. This is only for elections or opinion polls. I can make the vote revisable. That means if I change my mind during the voting, only the last vote will be counted if that is checked. If it's unchecked, the first keypad I press will be counted. Then I have NV equals abstain, or A. That means if you don't vote, your vote is counted as abstain. I can set up a weight here. At the moment I only have one weight, but I will use it. I can set up a quorum to be over 50%. That means 50% plus 1 of my total shares, or of the shares I have given here as 100%, or 2/3, 70%, 75%. I will do it over 50, which is the general setup. And in here the 100% rule is A, casted votes, means everybody who pressed the key will be counted, and all keypads that press the key will be counted as 100%. Votes without abstain means he counts only yes and no, and abstain will be not counted. Present vote means everybody who is attending at the meeting, which means who has a checked here, but not the ones that are not present. And all vote means it doesn't matter whether he has a checkbox here or not, he will be counted. So all weights are counted, the complete company's weights. You know? That's my second topic. I will leave it as it is. My third topic will be a normal opinion polling. Topic 3, like how often do you go to cinema? I will have just an opinion poll, and they should select 1 out of 1. Vote is maybe revisable. I don't need weights, and I just want casted votes as well. What I have to do now is I have to remember this number. That's number 3. And then I go to answers, which is my opinion tab, and I say number 1, topic 3, position 1 is once a year. That's maybe twice a year. That's every 2 months. And that's once a month. More often or none of the above. So I have 5 options. What I need to do here is I have to put up the topic, which is 3, and I give them the position where they are. So that's my answers. So I'm finished with that. You see, as soon as I save the file, I will, in that folder that I have created, I will have multiple things like the images now for my background and my blank screen, and I have my templates. Here I have different report types that will be generated, and I have a so-called string CSV. This file can be used to change things that appear on the slide, on the presentation slide, or things that display on the keypad. Everything that has message in front will appear on the keypad, and everything else will be on the slide. So now I'm gonna change some stuff like abstain. I just want to be ABS. And this I change to C, and or I change it to German. Say Ja, Nein, and Halto. So I'm going to change that. This will not have any effect for this tutorial. This is the next tutorial. You can change it to your language, whatever that is. I may change some other stuff just to show it, but this I will do between both videos. You can also change things in the report here. Let's open this one. Basically, it will have some space holders like the topic, the date, the number of casted votes, some other space holders, which you can set up yourself. And here I have the individual voting behavior with the number, the name, the weight, the chosen candidate. It will always have these table here on the bottom where you can sign it off directly from the commission. It's legal, it's submitted, everything is by law. But we don't do that now. This is up to you. But generally they are created in a way that you just print them out, they get signed off, done. But you may want to change it to your language. My fourth topic. Let's say we have a break after the cinema question. I will call topic 4. And here I will do an attendance check. The attendance check, compared to the registration desk, to the registration process, will not do anything to the member step. It will just check how many are in the room, how many people are back from the break or whatever. And it's the same thing. I may want to do it here at weight, and I need over 50% in my room, so I will check if everybody's there. My fifth topic is the most important. Please select the next 3 board members. Press each candidate. So you can type whatever text you want in. So you can also use new lines. Press each candidate one by one and submit with OK. Stroke send. So I can use something like that. So I put 3 board members here, and I will have an election here. And here now comes the minimum and maximum. If I have to vote 3 out of, I don't know, but in my case I think it's 9 candidates, I have a minimum of 3, but I can also set a maximum that can be different. So you can have a case where you have to select 3, but you can select up to 5. Then you put a 5 in here. But in my case, I want 3 out of 3. The vote should be revisable. Should be revisable. I use the weighting. I need a quorum of over 50%, and I just use present votes. That means everybody has a checkbox here. No? So that's my candidate election. So I now know that this is topic number 5. So I can go in my desktop, and you see I already have a candidate file which I can open. And you see I already have set up 9 candidates, and now I can just put in topic 5 here, but I can also load it blank and then put my topic number manually in, but this is much faster. Here's the position where they are, so this can be changed to whatever it should be. This is where they appear in the list and which number they get. So then I used candidate name and first name. This has to be the same setup, and admitted must be there as well. This is are they still allowed to be voted on or not, which I will show you later as well. So that's my setup. I can load my candidate list. So okay, yeah, I want to replace it. Okay, and then when my candidate list is empty here, and you see here it's different names. Here it says name and title. It's the same as with the members. You have to delete all candidates before you create a new candidate list. So now I can load my candidates, and they are all allowed to vote. That's why they have this blue background. Now, in my next tutorial video, I will show you how to vote on this. What happens if not 3 people got the majority right in the first voting, and the other things. And I will run through this complete presentation.